Immediately this caused drama. Why? Because one of my detractors slash restreamer slash hate watcher slash internet stalkers, their name is like Duty YouTube. I briefly mentioned this the other day, and I just want to let you all know there's no cause for alarm or anything, but I just want to let everyone know what's going on, okay? So the other day I talked about this, that content creators across YouTube have been bringing up this weird topic, that they're noticing a distinct downturn in their viewership. It wasn't me saying this, it was all of YouTube. People who basically rely on views to be like their life's blood. And they had noticed that over the last week to 2 weeks, that all of their views have tanked. They're releasing their normal content. It's all in line with what people watch on their channels. Yet it's saying that both overall viewership and engagement is way down on all of their content. We're talking people are saying their views are down like 50%, okay? Which is pretty insane to think, a 50% dip in views. What the hell happened, right? So everyone's speculating what it could be. One piece of speculation is that there is what's called a restricted mode on YouTube, where if you put your channel into restricted mode, it will like hide 90% of the content on YouTube, thinking that it's all like, oh, it's adult content, it's not anything you want to watch. So for example, we tested it with my channel. If you put my channel on restricted mode, the only videos you'll see is the daily wrap. You will never see a gameplay video. You'll never see a podcast. You'll only see the daily wrap. That's it. You'll think the only content I put out is the daily wrap, which would make no sense because what are you wrapping up if all you're doing is the daily wrap, right? So, that was speculation number one. Do I actually believe that? No, I don't think that that's really what's going on. Here's what I think is happening. And of course, this is based purely on my experience being a YouTuber for 17 years. Okay. I think YouTube changed the algorithm again. I think that YouTube has, number one, changed the way that videos are showing up in related and things like that. And number two, I think that YouTube has changed the way that views are recorded. I also think that YouTube has once again decided not to disclose this to anyone in the public. So overnight, you're a creator, you're making content, your viewers are engaged with it and like it and watching it, but for some reason, it's claiming that your views are down, right? Does it make any sense? No. But this has happened before. I talked about this a few days ago, that years and years ago, when I was a prominent gamer on YouTube, I had videos that historically would always be recommended videos if you were looking for a certain subject matter. If you were looking for Spider-Man or Spider-Man Web of Shadows or Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions or just Spider-Man video game, my playthroughs would pop up. Videos that had millions upon millions of views would be high up in the rankings on YouTube. And then one day YouTube flipped a switch, said, we don't want any legacy content like that to get views anymore. We only want new content to be pushed through the algorithm, not old content. And overnight, all of my videos were removed from YouTube search. I actually tested this the other day live on the channel when I typed in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. If you just type that in, my videos don't show up, but I have the number 2 most viewed video of the game on all of YouTube, over 3 million views, but it doesn't show up in search. But videos of people who only have like 100,000 views show up in search. So YouTube changes the algorithm all the time. They never publicly disclose when they do. They do it for their own purposes. You know, you have to understand that over the years, YouTube as a business has pivoted many different directions. At one point, are you aware of this? YouTube wanted to actually be like an alternative to real television. And all of the metrics that they actually used to grade quality, to grade if your channel was healthy, were based on viewership metrics as if you were a TV station, which makes absolutely no sense. You're not a TV station. You're not putting out videos at the same quality, at the same frequency, at the same budgeting as a TV station. So why is YouTube using criteria as if you're a broadcast network to judge if your channel's any good? Because they don't know what they're doing. I'm going to repeat something that I've said over the years, all right? And this is my firm opinion, and I doubt it's ever going to change. The people who work at YouTube are Ivy League trained, silver spoon in the mouth, really leftist, and basically don't know what real life is all about, okay? They have these weird criteria that they use to judge what's good and what's bad. They're not like you and me. They grew up in a whole different world than us, okay? Quite frankly. They've always been pampered. They're basically immune to any kinds of criticism, and therefore, they run their whole business like that. They think they're better than you and me. They think that they're very much smarter than you and me, despite the fact that we're the people who use YouTube every day, and we understand the ins and outs of how it works. We know what people want to see. They think they know better. So they will literally just change the algorithm. It will completely change the way that the site works from the ground up. They won't even tell anyone they did it and be like, oh, well, we know what we're doing. Doesn't matter what you say. And there's been tons of times over the years when YouTube creators have gone to YouTube and said, you changed something and broke the site. Please believe us. And YouTube will be like, nope, No, there's no evidence of that. That's not true. So then they'll present evidence. Well, what about this? Well, what about this? Oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. That's not evidence of anything. And just what you're saying isn't true. Okay? So I feel like the whole views debacle going on YouTube right now is just another case of this, because this has happened, probably, no exaggeration, 20 to 30 times over the years, where YouTube just said, we're just going to change something. But wait, we like that thing. Why are you taking it away? Or we used it. It was really useful. Why is it going away? Or wait, you're adding a feature now, but we don't want that feature. We don't actually think that's good or will benefit us. It's actually detrimental. They don't care. They'll do whatever they want. So in this case, I really do feel like views aren't counting the same way. Okay? How can I tell? Well, just take a look at my videos for the last couple of weeks. Okay? Notably, taking a look at some of the playthroughs that I'm putting out right now. Okay? Suicode N2 typically wouldn't get many views within the first 24 hours, but within a few days, each video would get around 200 to 300 views. And it's been like that for the whole playthrough for several weeks. Okay? What about a hot new game like Silksong? Well, the first few parts did really well. But how is Silksong performing now? Are you aware? According to YouTube, no one's watching Silksong. I want you to think about that. This is a playthrough that when I started it on Thursday, everyone was shocked that I was playing it. Everyone ran and watched part 1. Then I did a night stream of it the other night. The views on there are quite good. Yesterday, I did my first ever major stream of it. People showed up, engaged, and supported. It was a great stream. YouTube says, oh, no one's interested. But it's literally the most engaged and supported stream I've done in weeks. People loved the stream and supported it. Oh, no one wants to watch that. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, according to YouTube, the Silksong videos are doing absolutely terrible in viewership. No one is checking them out. Sorry, I have to be a little skeptical on that, okay? Same thing with the Chronos playthrough, where when I started it on Friday, it was a little bit slow to hit the ground, to be honest, but it was still decent viewership, okay? And then the second session did pretty good. And then all of a sudden, the videos that I did the other day, oh, no one's watching them. Everyone was interested at the beginning. Now, all of a sudden, in the middle, when the game's getting harder and I'm dying more, no one wants to watch. I'm sorry, YouTube. I just don't think that I believe you. I just can't. I'm not stupid, all right? The truth is, for someone like me, it doesn't affect me. Why? The vast majority of income that I actually make is based on contributions during live streams, okay? Subs on Kick, memberships, super chats, and super stickers or tips during live streams. That's the vast majority of my income. Now, I'm not saying that I make nothing on YouTube for ad revenue and views. That would be ridiculous. There is an ongoing amount of income that I get from ad revenue and views. And if I take a look at my viewership, okay, it does say that for me, it's just like everyone else, because it's not just me, it's been across the board, YouTube is telling me that my views are down slightly, okay? If I'm actually being honest here, taking a look month to month, let me click on views here, look at my analytics. What? Wow, gee, thanks for only showing me videos. Here it is. It is showing that there was a decline in viewership starting around 2 weeks ago. Now, it did spike a bit again since then. I don't know if that's because I started playing new games. Maybe that is what it is, okay? But it is showing a decline, like as if views did taper off and go like downward, but now they're going back up. It doesn't make any sense. Why would that be? There's no point. There's no reason. Literally, there's no reason why that would be. It just is according to YouTube, okay? So, FYI, don't be worried, all right? It's not the end of the world at all. As long as you guys keep showing up, engaging, and supporting the content during the live streams. And if we do have people who come back and do occasionally contribute who watch on demand, because they do. Every once in a while, we'll have someone come by and they're like, hey, so, I'm watching your playthrough on demand. I can't make every stream, but here's a contribution. As long as we have that going on, I'm okay. All right. My channel's lasted long enough. I have enough of a body of content. My streams are regular enough that I'm good. But you know who this will affect? Other creators who rely on video views on their videos that they put out very infrequently. So example, maybe a YouTuber who's like a video essayist, right? Who puts out a video maybe once a month, once every 2 weeks about a certain topic. They're going to be affected in a really bad way, to be honest. Maybe someone who's like a reviewer who only does like big in-depth reviews of a movie or a game or a series. They're going to be affected because they're mostly basing their income and revenue on viewership and ad revenue and or supplemental income. Here's the thing. A lot of those kind of YouTubers get sponsorships, right? They'll be plugging a food delivery service or a Dollar Shave Club or whatever the thing of this week is currently. That's the big one, right? The thing is, if their views dip, what if they're losing 10%, 20%, 30%, 50% of their viewership? That's a bad thing because now those sponsors will look at them and be like, oh, that's bad. I don't want to give a sponsorship to someone who's not getting as many views anymore. They're on a downward trend. I'm going to save that sponsorship for someone who's fresh and new. I hate to say it, this could be one of the things that YouTube is doing. YouTube could intentionally be saying, we want a refreshing of the site. We're tired of seeing the same people get the views, and we want to actually push views towards different people. And therefore, we're going to make it that views just aren't counting the same anymore. Maybe they changed the criteria. Maybe now you need to watch even more of a certain percentile of a video for it to actually count as a view. Maybe they're no longer counting ad block views. Did you ever think of that? That YouTube can detect if you're running an ad blocker, and if you are, they just say, well, your view doesn't count. That could be. So, I don't know. To be honest, again, it's not a big deal for me because I've been here long enough. My streams do well enough, but I see this as being a big problem for people who have a different business model. For example, if I was still operating on my old business model, which was just pump out an insane amount of gameplay in one day, don't do any interaction on streams or anything like that. Instead, just push videos. Like, this would literally crush my viewership. It would crush my business. So I'm glad that I changed and adopted. And I feel like if this continues, if this actual distinct change continues, all right, and the viewership remains much lower, what's going to end up happening is creators who you used to see only make on-demand videos are going to have to change. They're now going to have to start do streams. They're going to do other kinds of topics and things that they didn't cover before and have to try to find a way to monetize it. You're going to see a lot of people now adopting subscription bases, like, oh, privatized videos that you can only see if you're a member, or pledge to my Patreon, and on there I do an exclusive show. You're going to start seeing a lot more of that kind of stuff, all right? And what happens when that happens is now you're required to pay. The whole model of, oh, I just watch someone's content on demand and the ad revenue is what I pay them with is going to go away, okay? So what YouTube doesn't realize they're doing, if they are doing this, is they're shooting themselves in the foot. Because what's going to end up happening is people are going to move to monetization models that cut YouTube out of the picture. They're not going to care about ad revenue anymore. They're going to say, come to my Patreon or buy this product that's sponsoring me, right? Instead of, oh, just watch my videos and get ad revenue. So again, the oh-so-smart people who work at YouTube, Ivy League trained, right? Spoon in the mouth, pampered their whole lives, rich bitches who think that they're so brainiac intelligent and better than all of us are coding the site out of their own revenue model because they're that stupid. They're actually going to hurt themselves more. But there you go. Who knows what's really going on? But ultimately, I don't want you to worry. Like, for example, I looked at the Silk Song videos from yesterday thinking, gee, how are people enjoying them? I look at the views. I'm like, how many views did it get? What? So just to give you an example of what I'm talking about, okay? It's actually claiming that of the 3 Silk Song videos I released yesterday, one of them has 400 views. One of them has 245 views, and one only has 202 views. So you're going to tell me I had more people watching on my live stream than are interested in watching the video after the fact. Do you really think I believe that? That has never happened in the entire history of me streaming, that I got overall more viewers on the live stream than on the on-demand videos. That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. YouTube is just not counting views. But the thing is, I don't care. I'm not going to freak out about it because I would have made pennies on those videos anyway on demand. It's about you guys supporting the stream. And yesterday was one of the best supported streams I have had in weeks. We hit 2 goals and then some. We unlocked DSP tries. We had a great time. Really. What I like to do, I do want to talk just a little bit about Silk Song because I'm enjoying it so much, and we will do that in a moment. Okay. But man, if I believed that and I was worried about that, I'd be freaking out like, oh, I guess you guys don't want Silk Song, huh? You want no more Silk Song because you didn't watch the videos, right? I mean, I'd be a moron to even go off that data. The stream was incredibly well attended, well supported. Why would I believe that data that no one's watching the videos? I'd be a fucking idiot. So, don't worry about it. The sky is not falling. It is not the end of the world. But I will say this. Please attend and support the streams. And if you are someone who watches the videos on demand, don't freak out if you're going to watch the video. You're like, why is the viewership so low? I don't even understand. I'm freaking out, right? Don't worry about that, okay? It's not a big deal. But if you like the content, please leave a super thanks on the video if you can. Please leave a tip if you can. Or if you can actually find the time to come by and stop by a stream and support it, please do. That is my life's blood. Okay? Thank you. I really appreciate that because, again, with this weird fluctuation, people always tend to think the worst. I don't think anything bad is really happening. I think it's just nonsense, okay? So here we go. Someone just did a $2 tip and says, according to new data, a view is only counted if a view crosses over 50% of a video watch. If your videos are an hour, your viewers are going to have to watch 30 minutes. The site is trending towards instant gratification. Now, the funny part about that is, all right, if you remember years ago, all of my videos were 10 to 15 minutes long, to the point where everyone complained to me, Phil, why are your videos so short? They're way too short. We want longer videos. That's what everyone else is doing. And YouTube did an algorithm change that said, hey, it's now about engagement and length of content. So if you have a longer video that people watch, it's better than a short video. Seriously, that's what it was. It was watch time was actually the criteria that they used to figure out if a video is good or not. Okay? Now you're telling me years later, YouTube has decided, oh, longer videos are no good. Make short videos. Do you see my point about these brainiacs who work at YouTube who think they're so smart? They don't even agree with their own reasoning. They change it over the years because they're fucking stupid. So let's say you created an entire business based off of short videos like I did back in the day. And it was huge profitability in the ads and everything because I was doing 15-minute videos. Then they flipped the switch and all of a sudden overnight, no one's watching my videos and I'm making no ad revenue because everything's being pushed towards longer videos. So I changed my business. Let's make longer videos. Everyone gets used to hour-long videos. Oh, now short videos get credit again. Okay, I have a question, genuinely, for YouTube staff. Are you fucking stupid? Do you not understand that when you keep changing the criteria for what gets success on YouTube, you actually hurt those who make the content for you, that give you the fucking money, that lets your business operate? You have to set in stone how you're going to run things, tell everyone how it works, and then we'll abide by those criteria. Stop changing things with knee-jerk reactions, not telling anyone. All you're doing is shooting yourself in the foot and hurting everyone who's trying to make a living on your site. But let's face it, you'll never hear this opinion. You'll never see this video because you don't care. You don't. If you did, you'd actually be communicative with those who you affect. You'd say, hey, big site-wide changes coming, everyone. This algorithm is changing this way, and you need to know because we want your business to be... No, you don't care. If you did, that's what you would do. You never do that. You just change things behind the scenes because you're afraid. You're afraid of site backlash. You're afraid of public outcry. You're afraid of someone actually holding you accountable for your actions. So you hide your changes like a coward. Oh, I changed it, but oh, I don't tell anyone that I did that. Let's just see how it goes, right? That's a cowardly act. You have no fucking courage whatsoever, no accountability, no transparency, no honesty. You're dishonest. You act like nothing's changed and you just let people's businesses tank. It's messed up. I'm a lucky person because I've been around for so long, I'm bulletproof. But there's people on YouTube right now who are working their asses off trying to make a living, being creators, and you are crushing them with your ignorance and your narcissistic egos. No one cares that you think you're smart. What we care about is if the site works and if we can make a living doing it and you don't screw us over. You can have your big egos there. You can ride your slides to different floors. You can eat your pomegrapples and you can wear whatever the hell you want. You can do your Pilates class and everything in the middle of your workday. Do whatever you want. But do us all a favor. Grow the fuck up. Start acting professional. Start being transparent and stop fucking people's livelihoods over. Because you're fucking pathetic. Every one of you over there who act like that, who change things, you're pathetic. You need to stop with the bullshit. And we're tired of it. 17 years in the business and I still got to put up with this shit? Why? Unbelievable. But again, here's the truth. The big YouTubers won't say shit. Mr. fucking Beast won't say a peep because Mr. Beast is beholden to the system. He needs YouTube. Get it? The big guys won't ever bite the hands that feed them, right? Never. Never. They'll never speak out about this shit. That's the sad fact. Okay, I'm done talking about that subject now. I got it off my chest. But